Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, brought to you by Jordan B. Moore. Orlando, Florida, the TD Waterhouse Center. The Orlando Magic leading the all-time series 23-10. Magic 15-2 here. Orlando has won 18 of the last 21 and 12 straight at home. The Denver Nuggets starting lineup 3-0 with this group. Andre Miller and Greg Buckner in the backcourt. Marcus Camby, who was playing very well, 17 points and 13 rebounds. Francisco Elson had 11 boards the other night. And Carmelo Anthony coming off that 40-point outing. George Karl, career against the Magic, another good winning percentage, 71%, 22-9. Karl coached here against the Orlando Magic in the 2001 playoffs, which Milwaukee won 3-1. Interesting to see how the fans receive him here. For the Orlando Magic, once again, Grant Hill not playing tonight. Steve Francis, Deshaun Stevenson starting the backcourt. Tony Petit, the one-time Nugget, is at center. Dwight Howard, the 20-year-old, and Hedo Turkoglu is the starting forward. There's Brian Hill. At home, he's 126-32. His second stint. He was a coach here from 1993 to 1997. Good coach. You know him pretty well.
Yeah, I had Brian when I was playing in Atlanta, was actually an assistant coach. Like I said, he came up through Mike Fratello, has paid his dues, was a coach at Lehigh, Penn State. I mean, he's been around the college ranks, coached high school for a while. A good coach. His family settled here in the Orlando area. Done a lot of good charity stuff, but a good solid guy, too.
So the Nuggets with a record of 11-9, they're 3-6 on the road. The Orlando Magic 7-11, 4-6 here at home. As Julie Brahman detailed in the pregame show, the Magic losers of 5 straight games. Should be very competitive tonight. Nuggets trying to do something that they haven't done in many years. Dick Bavetta, Tom Washington, Tony Brown, our officiating crew tonight. So Howard will jump against Camby. Howard at 6'11", Camby at 6'11", and the Nuggets have it. How fast do the Nuggets want the pace tonight?
Well, they're going to play the same style no matter what. Eventually, they'll get to where they can do it even on back-to-back nights.
And Camby travels, so the first Nugget turnover. The call made by Dick Bavetta, the veteran. And the Orlando Magic. They lost at Memphis, at Milwaukee. Came home, played San Antonio, lost that one too. Lost to Chicago here at home. Going through some growing pains without one of their stars, Grant Hill. Francis with a pull-up. First rebound of the game to Dwight Howard, and Howard drops it in.
A good job, Petit actually kept it alive on the backboard. Howard just picked it up.
Camby. And the rebound to Howard. So Howard with 2 rebounds in the opening minute. He averages 13 rebounds a game. That's second best in the NBA to Camby.
And important now with Elson matched up on him. He's got to block him out.
Turkoglu. Stolen. Nice play by Buckner. Heads Melo. And he's got it. Good track down by Carmelo Anthony, who gets his first 2.
He had just his fingertips on that to control that long outlet pass. But you just see Denver with a different look in their eyes than they've had for a while. I'm not sure if that one win last night did it, the 3 in a row, or what.
George Karl called last night's win the best overall game we've played from start to finish this year. Turkoglu got it. Hedo Turkoglu. Wednesday night, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Going the other way is Melo, one of the leaders in the NBA with fast break points, his 4th. So Melo averaging just under 22 points a game now. And shooting 81% from the free throw line. And it's making 16 of 16 free throws in the 4th quarter last night. It certainly sealed the deal.
Well, them shooting free throws last night was the big key in the game. Big victory.
Andre Miller gets it back from Buckner. 7 to shoot. Elson's open. And Elson whose jump shot is much improved this year, has his first 2. He had 3 points and 11 rebounds last night and a couple of steals, played very, very well, earning a kudo from George Karl.
Well, I think one of those silent guys that helped him get that victory. I mean, he was more aggressive on the boards. You could tell by getting 11. No one really talked about season high for him on the glass.
Stevenson. Deshaun Stevenson. He came out of Washington Union High School in California. Came over from Utah a year ago for Gordon Guricek and then re-signed as a free agent this season. 6-all. And Carmelo Anthony is fouled. Fouls on Turkoglu, his first.
Right now, you look at Orlando, and other than Stevie Francis, has been an NBA All-Star. Howard's going to be. The other 3 guys, Bateed, Sean Stevenson, and Turkoglu, all kind of cast-offs, but have had their moments.
And we've got another foul, this one on Stevenson. So Stevenson's first foul, the second on the team. Now check that, they're going to call it on Steve Francis. So Francis with the foul. Wide open, Elson again. And he strokes another one. So Francisco Elson already with 4 points. And the Nuggets lead at 8-6.
And I really think if Francisco will continue to keep his head up and not lose confidence in himself, he can learn so much. I mean, he's a Camby-style player.
Stevenson, pretty good shooter. Averaging 12 points a game, and Elson with a goaltend. So Elson looks particularly preppy early.
But let me ask you this, and it was goaltended right there, but when's the last time have we seen him aggressively go after a shot like that? I think he can learn so much and play and pattern his game a lot to what Camby plays like. Now, it used to drive people crazy. See 6'11" guys that can do that, but he's got a good touch, and he's long, lean, and can really run.
I like the idea when Camby and Elson are in there together, because if one is playing tight defense, the other can back up. There goes Camby down the lane, and he drops it home. That's one thing he's really excelled at this year.
Oh, turnover.
And trying to bring the ball in bounds, Tony Bateed throws it over the top. Now, this has been a concern for the Magic. They're one of the worst teams in the league at turning the ball over.
Now they're 26 in the league. They average over 16 turnovers a game. Conversely, you look at what Denver does. Denver just at 15 and a half. And Denver's pretty high up there, to be honest with you.
10-8 Nuggets. Inbound to Melo. Melo coming off a superlative 40-point effort. Took a career-high 30 shots. Andre Miller has it raked out of his hands, and a foul.
This is going to be on Howard. Miller got that foul. I thought he lost the ball just past the free throw line. Stevie Francis talking to Tony Brown, the official. But he throws his hands up. Well, Howard reached in a little bit. The officials see that reach in, and a guy reacting the way that Andre does, he's going to get the foul.
In the last 2 games, the Nuggets have made 36 of 39 and 31 of 35 free throws, 67 out of 74. Doug Moe was telling us on the bus last night, if we had just shot 70% free throws, we would have 2 more wins at this point in the year. Miller 1 of 2.
And he was talking about that Nets game. And was it the Laker game?
Oh, there were a few of them where the Nuggets just could not make free throws, and Andre Miller. Well, Boykins had some struggles. Tony Bateed whacks it down. 5th overall pick in the 97 draft by Denver. Played for the Nuggets for a year. Carmelo being covered by Turkoglu. Camby coming in. And the rebound to Howard. Francis in the lane. Out to Turkoglu. 3-ball. Yes! Hedo Turkoglu.
And those streaky guys, but the one thing he can do is shoot threes. He shoots 40% from 3 and only 38% from everywhere else.
Andre Miller gets it back, or at least 2/3 of it. So Miller's got his 3rd point, and it's 13 all. Turkoglu this summer, we were told, just completed his military service in Turkey, and he is held. Well, the foul is called on Elson. And the first foul on Francisco Elson. So Turkoglu ball out of bounds.
Key with him, with that shooting percentage, 3-2, and a good steal by Francisco.
Elson's got Melo ahead, and he throws it behind him, out of bounds. The idea was right. The execution was flawed.
He gets a great, still good effort, so you don't get in for that. But what big guys don't, passing and transition stuff, he's got to stop, pivot, square, and then make that pass.
Well, that's no fun.
Well, he's got to make it to where Carmelo's going, not where he's been.
Buckner pokes it up. Canby tries to grab it. Nuggets have it. Andre Miller looking up. Canby coming in. And Petit fouls it. So solid Nugget defense. Greg Buckner, his addition to the starting lineup. We mentioned that the Nuggets are 3-0 with Buckner in the lineup as Petit gets the foul.
Now, when we talked to him yesterday, he said, listen, it's not a guy you run plays for. I mean, he just makes plays. I mean, he just runs by Howard, tips it, another tip, Andre gets it, and then you see Canby going hard, and Petit, not one of those guys that takes a lot of charges, but tries to go for the block.
According to the notes, if they're correct, in December, Marcus Camby has made 21 straight free throws. And you look at his double-double production, one behind Tim Duncan and one ahead of Dwight Howard. So Camby, and he missed one.
Jinxed it.
Nah, I did not. 21 of his last 22.
Well, I tell you, Marcus Camby, and you can get online, look at NBA.com, you go to the arena, different places, but Marcus Camby, and I hope Denver Nuggets fans who are watching this get out and support this guy. He needs to be an NBA All-Star the way he's started the season.
Francis hops into the lane, rebounded by Buckner. Melo's leaking out, they can't get it to him. Here comes Camby. Camby going, oh, the rack, and he's fouled.
See, and as I said, Petit not the kind of guy that will stand back and take a charge. And his college coach at Texas Tech might be getting mad at him right now, but watch Camby, I mean, attack the rim. And there's the foul right there. It's almost a three-point play.
Now, Marcus Camby a foot short, but when we come back, he'll shoot some free throws. No, they counted the basket. They counted the basket. It's 16-13 Nuggets when we return.
And welcome back to Orlando, Florida. 14-13 Denver leading it. Marcus Camby with a couple free throws here in the first quarter. If you're looking for that perfect holiday gift, get that. I'm telling you, the Denver Nuggets 6-game holiday pack is the perfect solution for you. 6 great games. You get a Carmelo Anthony ornament with every single order. 303-405-1212 is that phone number.
All right, let's just clarify. They did not count the basket for Marcus Camby, but he does get 2 free throws. The preliminary indication was that the basket counted. Dick Pavetta coming over to correct us. So 15-13 now. As Marcus Camby, 18 points, 12 rebounds last night. And he's missed already 2 free throws. So the Nuggets free throw shooting off to a slow start. Nuggets just 3 of 6.
Not good. You always want to shoot good free throws, but especially on the road.
Stevenson travel. So another Orlando turnover, and that's 5 in the early going.
And that's a selfish turnover right there. Denver's in a double-team rotation mode, and Stevenson just got to make one more kick to the corner to a wide-open guy, and he tries to make a move instead.
There's Pat Garrity, a graduate of Lewis Palmer High School in Monument, Colorado. Good shooter.
Good guy.
Carmelo's got it. Shoots over Turkoglu. And Howard collects another rebound. Now Howard with 4 early rebounds in 6 minutes. So far the Nuggets have done a very good job on Steve Francis.
Boy, they got Howard with Andre Miller on, and no one will get him the basketball.
Out to Francis with 6 to shoot. Now Howard's got it. And he traveled. So another Magic turnover. That's 6.
Well, I tell you what, he's pretty frustrating. Brian Hill, you know, young fella's got to keep his feet still, but he was open and had Andre Miller on him the entire possession, and Orlando just did not look inside. 6 turnovers now for Orlando.
Andre Miller against Steve Francis. He'll work with Camby on the pick and roll. Here comes Camby again. Camby in attack mode. It's a 2-on-1. And Steve Francis with his first 2. 5:10 to go, opening quarter. We're tied at 15. Carmelo off the double screen. Down the middle, he gets it. I'll tell you what, he wanted the ball a little bit earlier, Scott, but Andre Miller picked the exact right passing point.
Well, he had two cutters through it. Buckner clears out the middle, and here comes Carmelo Anthony right behind him.
Carmelo's got 6. And Francis foul.
See, here's the cut. See if we can see Buckner goes through first. We'll see him right there. And now, boom, right behind him. He clears that lane. Here comes Carmelo.
Eduardo Nahara has come on. And he replaces Francisco Elson. That last foul was called on Greg Buckner, his first. Now Francis picked up by Nahara.
They're switching off on that high screen.
Turkoglu. Second three-pointer, rims in and out. And Carmelo Anthony, he's getting out very, very early on the fast break. They double him. He lost the Hanley's foul. Foul on Turkoglu. That's 2 on Hido. And Carmelo Anthony to the free throw line. Magic long out of fouls, Scotty.
The fun thing to watch if you're in an NBA game, if you ever get a chance, is watch the officials that stand out during free throws by the half court. Because you always got the politicians. The guys that are going to go into politics after their careers are over are always out there at the officials' ear telling them about, hey, watch this guy's holding me here, this guy makes you. They're the future politicians of the world here in the NBA.
Like a Bill Bradley?
Well, Bill Bradley, I guess he had to have just stood out there by the officials at half court all the time.
Nuggets lead by 4, 19-15. That is the biggest Nuggets lead. Francis over Canby. So Stevie Franchise with another bucket. He's got 4.
Got a little way with that left hand. George Karl kind of saying something down the official on the end. But he got his body in on Canby.
Andre Miller, nice pass, and Canby. No, they call a charge on Miller. So Garrity getting there just in time to take the charge. Andre Miller's first foul.
Well, unlike Battie, you know, he's going to do that. You see Garrity steps up just outside the circle. Watch that left arm. Watch that left arm kind of clear out right there. And a lot of officials, if they catch that in the NBA, that's an offensive foul.
Stacey Augmon comes on for Turkoglu. Augmon, the former UNLV star, in his 15th year. So Buckner now matched up against Francis. Run a little pick and roll. Garrity. And Canby rebounds. Who's going to have more rebounds at the end of the night, Howard or Canby?
Well, I'll bet you they both lead their team. That's all I know.
Canby trying to get it to Nahara, throws it away. Francis, oh, he traveled. He got away with it. And it's ball out of bounds to the Magic.
See, Francis would be better served on a team where he's the guy running the lead, the lanes, and can have someone get him the basketball. I mean, he's a better two-guard scorer than he really is kind of a distributor of the basketball.
Andre Miller is going to get his first rest. He's replaced by Earl Boykins, and here comes Lennis Kleza. Kleza replaces Canby. So George Karl going to the bench early tonight, as you might expect, on back-to-back games. And the Nuggets with a smallish unit now.
Well, you heard Bill Hansley talk about in that pregame show, the starters all over 30 minutes a game. Carmelo almost 42.
Here comes Melo. The Nuggets with a 19-17 lead. Buckner to Nahara. And an offensive foul on Buckner. Well, the Nuggets, that's going to be 2 on Buckner. That's a concern. And the 15 foul. Jameer Nelson has come on, the former National Player of the Year at St. Joe. Original draftee by the Nuggets, traded to Orlando on draft night, June 24th, 2004. And George Karl was raving about this kid in the press conference. Said, watching him on film, he's terrific. He's very, very good.
Well, not a real tall guy, but he is built. He looks like a cornerback or a safety in the NFL.
Deshaun Stevenson hitting from the right side, and we're tied at 19. 6 for Stevenson. Boykins, who did not shoot well last night, just 2 of 8. Now Klaisa's got it. 9 to shoot. Klaisa right around Howard. Couldn't convert. Nelson with the rebound.
A good take, got to the rim, but just didn't have a left hand to finish.
Nelson fires. A long two-pointer for Jameer Nelson. He was all rookie second team a year ago. Comes off the bench with immediate help. Carmelo, and either turned it over or traveled, did something.
And Denver's really struggled last 2 or 3 possessions with turnovers and questionable shots.
Timeout called, 2:16 remaining first quarter. The Magic leading the Nuggets 21-19.
Welcome back to Orlando, Florida. The Magic leading the Nuggets 21-19. 2:16 remains here in the first quarter. Quest looking for that ultimate Nugget fan. You can log on to questfan.com. Find out how you can win the Quest Fan Challenge. The internet's always open, so questfan.com. Quest, a proud sponsor of the Denver Nuggets.
What do you get if you win the Quest Fan Challenge?
You know what? It's a good question.
Yeah.
And it's a secret prize.
A secret prize.
Yeah, you get a secret prize.
Orlando on a 6-0 run. Both teams shooting well. Nuggets 58%, Orlando 63%. So now the Nuggets are going to go into their 1-2-2 point zone with Carmelo Anthony up top. Dwight Howard, and Howard jams it home and one.
Now the one time that the ball got down there and no quick double team to get down on top of him, and Howard, which they've really been working with him on his footwork and his offensive move. Watch, just a quick spin. And I tell you what, as a defensive player, there's no help baseline anyway. So if you're hoping that you're going to get that double team, you can't let him make a quick move baseline.
Fouls on Nahara, number 1. And a good look at Dwight Howard, whose dad was is a Georgia State Trooper, mom a basketball star at Morris Brown College. Had a good upbringing. And the big fellow's got 5 early points. 9 unanswered points for the Orlando Magic. Earl Watson has come on. So Watson, who did not play last night and has been used sparingly in recent games. Carmelo with the reverse. No, tip. And Nelson's out of bounds. It's Nuggets basketball.
Now back to the layups. Cammy missed one earlier. You miss another layup there, and the tip in. Denver, sometimes when they struggle scoring, they really struggle making their layups.
Boykins with a tough shot, and he nails it. Earl Boykins with the bucket. 24-21 Magic. 90 seconds to play here in the quarter. And Watson fouls Stevenson. So Earl Watson getting some playing time. And that's going to be the 4th team foul on the Nuggets. It's ball out of bounds.
Spurs, the first in the last 2 minutes.
Now Nuggets switch back to man. Deshaun Stevenson showing some of his range. He's got 8.
Well, I tell you what, the whistles in this game have been really weird. I guess I was watching Earl.
Foul on Nahara.
I tell you what, that's a weak call.
7th turnover for the Nuggets. So Nahara with 2 quick fouls. Stevenson's had the hot hand. Trying to get the shot off over Klaisa, couldn't. Augman. And they tie it up. Augman and Klaisa.
Well, you can tell Denver back-to-back. Orlando's had a couple days here in town. Then they get a couple more days before they got to play New York. But you can tell Denver just kind of trying to fight through this first half, at least here in the first quarter.
Klaisa 6'8", Augman 6'8". And Klaisa's got it. Klaisa's got some nice hops on it. Wow. Earl Watson ahead, and the ball out of bounds. So the Nuggets trying to increase the tempo, and instead it results in their 8th turnover. So 8 turnovers here in the first quarter for the Denver Nuggets, and they trail by 5, 26-21. Jameer Nelson with a pick and roll over to Garrity. 10 on the shot clock. No basket, and we've got a foul on the drive.
So you got a big guy that's that quick, and you could take another guy who kind of plays small forward at a time and get by him that easily and get the foul. I mean, not a real good free throw shooter, just shooting under 60%. But he could get to the line. I mean, he's another one of those guys that could get to the line 14, 15 times a game. Wednesday night, Howard shot just 3 of 8 in the loss to Chicago. Scott detailed a 59% free throw shooter. He misses his first attempt tonight. The NBA rebound leaders: Cam 18.8, Howard, Duncan, Marion, and Jamison. Let's check their numbers tonight. Camby with a couple of early rebounds. Howard has 5. So the advantage to the kid here in the first quarter. Howard looks like he's got a pretty good stroke. He receipts for his 6th point. So the Nuggets with Boykins and Watson, Nahara, Kleza, Carmelo Anthony. Now remember, no Kenyon Martin again tonight. Denver playing that tough game last night. Boyd for bodies.
Rebounded by Augman. A 6-point lead for the Magic. They can get the final shot if they play their cards right. Nelson fires away. Rebounded by Kleza. That will do it.
Well, not a good defensive quarter for the Denver Nuggets. They're playing the worst scoring team in the NBA, and they give up 27 here in the first quarter. That's a little sign of fatigue.
Orlando finishes the quarter on a 12-2 scoring run. At the end of the first period of play, the Magic 27, the Nuggets 21. You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment, your home for Nuggets basketball all season long. We are back in Orlando, Florida, the TD Waterhouse Center, the home of the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets in town tonight. Chris Marlowe and Scott Hastings. Hope you're enjoying Nuggets basketball on Altitude. Sloppy first quarter for the Nuggets. They trail 27-21. Nuggets had 8 turnovers in the quarter. In the last 4.5 minutes, Scotty only scored 2 points. What happened?
Yeah, there were 2 free throws right there. Got a little sloppy with the basketball, and I think a little fatigue set in. The key for Denver after the emotional, hard-fought victory last night is they got to get through these first 3 quarters and then find the energy, the intestinal fortitude, whatever you want to call it, to just finish this game in the 4th.
Orlando shooting 60% in the opening quarter. That is way too high. Garrity misses. The rebound to Carmelo.
One thing is dangerous for a team who's hungry for a victory. If you let them get some hope and some confidence, it could be a struggle for you the rest of the game.
Carmelo Anthony bumped. They call the foul on Stacey Augman, his first, and the first of the period. And Carmelo Anthony will take it out of bounds. Augman covering Carmelo. Nelson on Boykins. Kleza with a follow, and it's off an Orlando player out of bounds.
Yeah,
Good hustle.
Yeah, I think Howard got in there. Kleza, we saw him make a little tip in like that last night off a Nahara miss. But he flies to the basket. I think a good sign. I think somebody you watch the play, if you're not a great scorer and you play for your high school team or your junior high team or college team even, you're not, and you want to play, learn to do what Kleza does. Yeah. Get to the board, play physical, play hard the whole time you're on the floor.
That's good advice. If they don't throw you the basketball, you go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it and make something happen with it. Boykins wants to run pick and roll with Carmelo. Nice pass, Nahara. Rebounded by Augman. The Nuggets shooting going south a bit, down to 44% after a hot early start. Howard doubled, throws it away. Carmelo's got it. It's a 3-on-1. Lob. Melo collects it and puts it in. Good play, Melo.
Like, did Stevie Francis get up a little bit? I mean, he came out of nowhere and almost got the rob, but a smart play by Melo, not going to get it in. Bring it down and go back and score the sure two-pointer.
10 points for Melo. Steve Francis, no. Rebounded by Kleza, who's become a very efficient rebounder. And Watson gets into the lane.
A good job defensively down the other end by Nahara, cutting the base on off of Francis, forced him into a tough shot.
And a quick timeout taken by Brian Hill. So the Nuggets out on the fast break. The Nuggets, the best fast-breaking team in the NBA. They average nearly 22 fast-break points per game. Carmelo with a corral, and he puts it up and in. It's 27-25. Denver Nuggets basketball on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, brought to you by Lawrence Covell, providing Colorado with the best in European clothing for men and women since 1967. Lawrence Covell in Cherry Creek North. And by Maggiano's Little Italy, famous for its southern Italian cuisine, generous portions, and family-style dining. Back inside the TD Waterhouse Center, Nuggets have cut the lead to 2. Betty has it stripped, and the Magic gets it back, and the basket counts.
Got a small lineup in there with your big guy trying to be Naharan. I think that's his third foul on Eduardo Nahara, but you got to get 5 guys rebounding. That's the one thing that they struggle, I think, when they initially go to these lineups. You know, that's like the 3rd shot on that play. Ogman gets away with that little offhand block, a 3-point opportunity.
So George Karl is going to come back in with Marcus Canby, and he'll replace Nahara, who has 3 fouls.
Back for Denver, number 23, Marcus Camby.
So Stacey Augmon will go to the free throw line. Interesting note today online. Stacey Augmon is the worst 2-point shooter in the NBA on 2-point field goals. Just 24%, the worst 2-point field goal shooter.
Well, 6 of 30, I've got him on. Right? Is that right?
Not good, huh?
6 of 30. Well, what it means, let me tell you, he's played in 8 games. It means he comes in there, you don't want to get a 0 all the way across the stat board, so you start pulling shots.
Camby got poked in the eye. And they call the foul on Augmon.
Denver may have to take a 20-second timeout. Remember, you got Nahara now on the bench with 3. Kenyon Martin out again tonight. See if he can.
Wouldn't you think Augmon would go over and say, I'm sorry to Canby?
No.
Poking him in the eye? You don't do that?
No.
Okay.
So he just kind of lifted up with the left hand and just kind of scraped his face until he bent over. I'm not sure they were going to call a foul.
Why wouldn't you just say something? Hey, my bad. Or
Listen, this isn't volleyball. This is the NBA, okay?
Yeah, okay. They should have poked his eye out.
Yeah,
They just like stab it out of there.
Yeah. Oh, you could say, hey, man, and you know what, they'll do that, but they don't make a grandiose example of it.
Okay.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah.
My bad.
All right. Andre Miller, nice move, and he's hammered. So Andre Miller back in. That should increase the attack quotient for the Denver Nuggets. Turkoglu's 3rd foul, so Hito will have to go back out, I believe.
Well, and whoever Turkoglu guards tonight, you've got to attack him. I mean, this guy, seriously, his idea of defense is a big D and a fence post. And he used to be one of those guys up in the stands holding the signs because he does not play defense. Why that's why he didn't last in Sacramento.
Andre Miller to the line, got the first. Timeout for tonight's GMC trivia question. GMC, we're our professional grade. Visit your local GMC dealer today. Who holds the NBA record for most assists in a game? We'll give you that GMC trivia answer. Andre Miller's doing pretty well this year, but it's not him. 7.5 assists for Miller. He's had almost 10 assists per game in December.
Did the guy that has that record, the guy I'm thinking of, used to play for Orlando? In fact, may have said it when he was in Orlando Magic.
Maybe.
And now coaches in the NBA.
He is a coach in the NBA. And I'll tell you, it's not Phil Jackson. Out to Garrity, back into Steve Francis. Garrity, long range. Got it. A 3-pointer for Pat Garrity. That's one thing this kid can do. And Garrity with a good-looking stroke. 32-26. The Magic with the lead. 10 to shoot. Watson.
Boy, great rebound.
Miller couldn't finish it. And Garrity comes up with a rebound. Wide open. Shot missed by Terrence Morris, who's come on. Third-year player out of Maryland. Boykins trying to lob to Canby.
And Garrity just staying in the way and just kind of put an arm in the chest and kept Marcus from getting to the basket.
9th Nugget turnover. 8:40 to go second quarter. Nuggets behind by 6.
Those 9 turnovers, 8 points for Orlando.
Nelson. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Canby. Boykins shot blocked. Nuggets just not getting good opportunities down here at the offensive end.
And Earl struggled scoring just a little bit in the last couple of games, so I think he's really kind of forced it there. Not a shot attempt. You got a 6'9" guy off on you. He can play off if he still contest that shot.
Wide open was Battie, and Francis didn't throw him the ball. Tony Battie was all alone under the basket, and Francis couldn't get it to him, and he travels.
Well, 2 things. 1, pretty good ball pressure by Watson after he stopped, and 2, Glazer came over to Battie, and I think Francis saw him, and that's what kind of caused him to mid-step that and travel.
Nuggets looking for some offense here. Glazer's got it. And the ball hits the shot clock. So Lennis Glazer. And he'll be replaced by Francisco Elson.
And Denver now shooting 41%, 51% for Orlando. And that's why you look at the scoreboard and it's 32-26.
Nuggets with a win last night. The first game of the 6-game road trip. Hoping to go 2 for 2. Right now they trail. Out to Battie. Francis. Another rebound to Canby. Nuggets using the 3-guard lineup, the 3-point guard lineup. There goes Miller.
Oh.
Canby with a pull-up. Got it. Marcus Canby hit one of the big shots in the game last night from the right baseline. Now the Nuggets with a little full-court pressure.
And smart, and Nelson does this quite a bit, but he's not a guy that's going to hurt you to throw it up. He goes over and doubles the point guard. And look, it's 12 seconds, and Orlando's not got into their offense.
Nuggets down by 4. And Battie is pushed. Elson raises his hand. Let's see if they give it to him.
Elson stepped out. Battie rolls to the basket hard. That's where he can be a dangerous guy, going to the offensive glass and kind of on these pick and rolls. And there he is. Good pass late by Nelson. Just a little bit of push before Andre stripped it.
So the ball out of bounds, 32-28 Orlando. Jameer Nelson. And Nelson hits again. Boy, you can't leave this guy open. Played in the backcourt at St. Joe with Delonte West, who is now the starting point guard for the Boston Celtics. And now they got Nelson on Andre Miller.
He's strong enough to guard him.
Maybe. Canby raises up. And Andre Miller pushed out of bounds. You got to call that. And Steve Francis says to Jameer Nelson, "What are you doing?" That was funny.
Well, sometimes you can get away with it, but there is, watch it, just kind of leans into him, and he raises him. What? I think that's Francis' second.
2 on Stevie Francis, and he has to sit down. And the second team foul. 6.5 minutes to go. Another low-scoring first half for the Denver Nuggets. Andre Miller. This is where the Nuggets really excel. When Miller can get into the lane, they can crash the boards. Something good usually happens.
But I think they're going to call that on Battie. Battie tried to get out of the way, and this is going to be his third. He's a little frustrated right now. He was trying to get out of the way. Tried to get his arms up, but the body contact low, and Andre had a chance to shoot a couple more free throws.
12 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds last night.
Now 2 of 5 from the free throw line tonight.
And the Nuggets overall just 6 of 11. Dwight Howard returns, replacing Battie. So Battie, with his 3 fouls, has to sit. Andre Miller's free throw percentage this year just 73.5%. 10 points less than he shot a year ago. He bangs in number 2. 34-29. Miller's got 5. See if the Nuggets can turn up the screws defensively here.
Well, I tell you what, if I were the Magic.
A defensive 3-second violation, technical foul.
3-second violation. That is a
I think that was a little quick, and that's what Andre Miller is talking. Andre was coming over and trying to help out on Howard, and you have 2.9 seconds to kind of commit and get out. You know, that's the 3-second rule. Dixon is saying, wait, I didn't make the call. See you make it. There's Andre. One, he has to get out of the lane. See, he never got out of the lane. That's why. If he gets out of the lane, then they can't call that on him.
Pat Garrity, an 88% free throw shooter, missed it. Deshaun Stevenson has come back in, so Andre Miller will check him. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, 34-29 Magic. Nelson double team. Great pass. Howard got it. Nice passing by the Magic.
Yeah, that was 2 great passes. Denver switching this.
8 points for Dwight Howard. Miller hit and fouled by Jameer Nelson. You talked about Nelson's physical stature. He is put together. Did you say like a linebacker or like a defensive
probably
lineman?
like a safety.
Timeout on the floor. 5:41 to go, second quarter. Nuggets trailing by 7. We are back in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Second quarter, 5:41 to go. 36-29. What's on tap on Altitude Sports and Entertainment? Tuesday night at Charlotte. A young Bobcat team playing well. Brevin Knight and Emeka Okafor. And then Thursday night, that'll be a TNT game. You can see that. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the New Jersey Nets, and of course the Atlanta Hawks. A whirlwind tour for your Denver Nuggets. George Karl, a little bit concerned now. Where is the offense going to come from?
Like I said, I think they're playing survivor this first 3 quarters. I mean, you played a lot of minutes. I mean, you fought and scratched for that game, and an emotional game, if you will, also.
Nuggets miss another free throw.
You see, and I think you could take, when your mind isn't as sharp as it was last night, a little dull. They got him about 115, 130. I think one of the places you look for that, you know, that's a good stat that you can see, turnovers and free throws. And both of those are pretty high and a bad percentage on the free throws for Denver right now.
Andre Miller's already missed 4. He's 3 of 7. Now Nuggets finally get off 29. 36-30 our score. Chris Marlowe and Scott Hastings in Orlando.
And yet struggling, but they're in the game. I mean, they're still keeping contact.
Nice defensive play by Miller. Poking it away. Here he comes. And he slides it up. No. But a foul. Now Andre Miller with a steal. And remaining aggressive. And 2 more free throws coming. Fouls on Stevenson, his first.
We talked to Andre before the game. He said, sometimes I can just feel what I need to do. He feels like right now he can pressure these guards, and then he's attacking. See, Stevenson makes a turnover, and then the swing, if he just up, he may not get fouled, but, you know, maybe it's not a bad idea to foul Andre right now. 3 of 8. Wow. And you're looking at a tied game right now just on free throws.
He'll get it straightened out. Miller with 7 points. 36-31. Luckily for the Nuggets, the Magic not really burning it up either offensively. Nelson turns the corner. Out to Garrity. Long 3. Miller's got it. Ahead to Boykins. And the turnover. Nelson. He scores and a foul.
Well, and Buckner, I'm not sure he's going to be real happy with himself on this one. I mean, he's already at the hole. Nelson's got the turnover. He's leading the break, putting on a burst of speed. I mean, he's already got the basket. Sometimes you just got to let it go. See you reach in, slap on the left arm, doesn't affect the shot at all, but Nelson with a three-point opportunity.
And it's the third foul on Greg Buckner. So Nelson off the bench with 7 points. 39-31 Magic.
Here they try to get Carmelo back involved in the offense and sit down quite a bit.
By Augman. Camby follows. Garrity comes up with it.
6 missed layups now for Denver in this game.
Magic has had some trouble scoring this year. Nelson. Camby's got it.
Oh, big rebound.
7 rebounds for Camby here in the first half. Marcus pulls the trigger from his favorite spot. So Camby with 8. Orlando averages just 85.5 points per game. Nuggets have won all 7 games when they get 100. So maybe that's the point tonight. Stevenson and an offensive foul. Elson had position. There's a late call. Dick Bavetta takes it. And the foul on Stevenson. That's 2.
A good job by Francisco. Gets over, and we've seen 4 or 5 offensive fouls called in this game. Brian Hill saying, why didn't the underneath guy call it? Close to whether that foot is on the line. Let's see if this look right here. Looked like his foot might have been on that circle. That's what Brian Hill is saying.
And looking for offense, George Karl is going to put in Vashawn Leonard. So Leonard, who did not play last night, hasn't played since the New Jersey game. And Leonard averaging 8.5 points. We'll see if Vogt can contribute here.
Vogt really been working, trying to keep in shape. It's always tough unless you play to get in this kind of condition.
Carmelo inside, shot blocked. Melo to the floor. Alley-oop. Vashawn got it. Camby's ahead. Camby coming in, lost the handle, got it back. Boy, the Nuggets. And the Nuggets get very, very fortunate to get 2 points out of that.
Well, Anthony had fallen down on the block, and then after the turnover down there, they didn't see.
The paint is blue, so is Melo's jersey.
Yeah.
He was laying in the lane. I'm not sure Camby realized he was there until he was. They double team Howard. 39-35 Magic. Wide open, Mario Kassoun, who has come on. Kassoun, 7'1", 260 from Croatia.
7'1", 260, and I don't think anybody saw him standing underneath the basket.
And Leonard with the foul. Leonard had his shot blocked and a loose ball foul. And Camby telling Dick Bavetta he got hammered on that last play. 2:35 to play, first half, 41-35 Magic.
The Nuggets trailing the Magic by 6, 41-35. You still got 2:35 remaining here in the first half. Hey, holiday season just around the corner. The Altitude Authentics, the official store of your Denver Nuggets, fully stocked and ready to rock. Plenty of Nugget stuff, hats, jerseys, pennants, one-of-a-kind items from ceiling to the floor. All sorts of Nuggets gear, and I'll give you a little secret. Got some Avalanche gear in there also. So stop by the Grand H here the next time you're at the Pep Center and get stocked up at the Altitude Authentic store. Got my son last year his Carmelo jersey.
There's some Nugget fans in town. Right now, a little disappointed. The Nuggets behind by 6. Chris Marlowe, Scott Hastings. The Nuggets shooting not good in the quarter. Magic hasn't been a lot better.
Denver in that zone right now. Got to talk and be aware where bodies are. They're flashing.
Kassoun. Missed it. Howard, yes.
Two big bodies in there, Kassoun and Howard, and they're just banging. Francisco and Camby just can't come down with the rebound. Kassoun is going to miss the first one. Good up and under move. Gets Camby up and then can't finish. But you see Howard right there. Why he's a second leading rebounder in the NBA. Gets into the body. Now a three-point opportunity.
Howard's got 10 points and 7 rebounds here in the first half. And now 11.
Orlando now with the 9-point lead.
That's the biggest of the game for the Orlando Magic.
Just hasn't been the energy tonight on this back-to-back game here in Orlando for the Denver Nuggets. Not like they saw last night.
Leonard being covered by Deshaun Stevenson.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the half.
Vo. Here goes Miller with 2 to shoot. And Carmelo Anthony with the follow. Nice play from Melo. He's got 12.
Andre Miller got hit as he went to the basket.
Miller playing in his 225th consecutive game, so he's tough to knock out.
Back to the man.
Francis, great pass, and Kasum hammers it away.
That's 3 good shots he's got since he's been in the game. And it's like someone, you tell your young kids, point to who you're guarding. Okay, but Denver's kind of switching everything and rotating. Leave him alone.
Carmelo Anthony gets free on the baseline. So Melo's got 14 now. 46-39, Nuggets trail. Out to Morris. Stevenson, no. Camby rebounds. And a foul. And Stevenson and Camby. Camby mad. Stevenson hooked him.
Well, Stevenson's a dumb foul. Now Marcus got to be smarter. They can't afford to lose this cat. But a dumb foul by Stevenson. I mean, he misses the shot. And then just, hacks Marcus on the rebound. Good cutoff by Elson. So watch him right here. I mean, I tell you what, I understand now why Marcus was upset. I mean, Stevenson's just going right at him. Look at it. That is a dumb play by Deshaun Stevenson. And one of the reasons why it didn't last, to be honest with you, in Utah.
It's a flagrant foul, 1. And it's called on Deshaun Stevenson. 2 free throws and the ball here for Canby. Well, that was a Stevenson. Obviously hot there. A violent foul.
Yeah, well, it was just silly. I mean, now it's your 3rd foul also. And then in Denver, you've controlled the game for 23 minutes and 10 seconds. And now Denver, down 5, can cut it to 3 points with this.
That's the best thing. If you're a Nugget fan, that's the best thing that's happened to the Nuggets tonight.
Yeah.
Get Camby, get the team jacked up a little bit, get a little altercation. The Nuggets with no energy so far until this point.
Well, Denver trying to play survivor here this first half, I guarantee you.
Carmelo. And he'll shoot 2. Melo with another chance at a 3-point play, could not convert. He'll shoot some free throws.
You know what, and the energy does pick up a little bit when something like that, especially when you're captain. You know, sometimes it used to be in the old days, you see your coach go crazy and get technical. Because I was in a game once with the University of Arkansas, and we were playing Houston. And Eddie Sutton, and it was the year that Houston loses to North Carolina State in the finals. That year is in the Southwest Conference tournament. We're down 16. He gets up and, goes crazy. He gets 3 technicals before 2 technicals are rejected. He gets 3 technicals. He's throwing his coat down. We end up beating him by 16. It was a 32-point turnaround. Well, coaches you don't see do that as much anymore, and it almost has to come from the player.
Nuggets with Carmelo Anthony making 2, and it's 46-43. Carmelo Anthony, another big first half. He's got 16. So now Vashawn Leonard matched up at the point, at least covering Jameer Nelson. That leaves Miller on Steve Francis. Francis gets to the rack and scores. And the near steal. So good hustle by Francis.
Francis got to the hole. I think it was Linus Kleza, who was the next guy to rotate over and kind of open the barn door for him, let him get to the basket. I think he was trying to get Earl.
And George calling for Earl Boykins. And here he comes. So 25 seconds to go. Kleza will come out, Boykins in. That's kind of funny. He said Earl, and here comes Watson.
Hey, but see, listen,
send him back the other way.
I was always hoping that I'd play on a team that had a star on it whose name was Scott, because I would have jumped up every time I heard that name also. That's what you got to do.
No great Well, it could have been Scottie Pippen. Now, Watson settling back in.
I always wanted to play for Chicago, so it's Scotty, boom, I was jumping in there. I think of the number of shots I'd have gotten late in the game.
48-43. Nuggets down by 5. Trying to get a good shot here.
Casey Ogman on Anthony. He's a defensive player.
8 to shoot. Miller, nice pass. Leonard, yes! Vashawn Leonard contributing. A three-pointer, 48-46. Steve Francis at the buzzer. No, that's the end of the half. So Vashawn Leonard getting a chance here as Leonard drains the 3, and Miller with a nice dish.
Great penetration, and Vashawn, like I said, he's really been working on his game, really trying to stay in shape. You never know. It's a long season when the team's going to need you, and this might be the night for Vashawn Leonard.
Nuggets close out the first half on a 9-2 scoring run. That's the end of the first half. 48-46 Magic leads. You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment. When we come back, Julie Brauman in the studio with the Dodge halftime report. Back inside the TD Waterhouse Center here in Orlando at halftime. The Orlando Magic leading 48-46. Time now for tonight's Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Coors Light. Let's send it over to Scott, who is standing by with Doug Moe.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot. Doug, it seems like the game plan is maybe to survive these first 3 quarters and try to win this thing in the 4th.
As bad as we played the first half, we had a lot of turnovers. We missed foul shots. We really didn't play very good, and we were within 2. If you can't come out in the second half and get encouraged by that, then there's something wrong. I'm hoping we come out playing a little bit stronger, getting our running game going, and getting our offense going. Our offense consisted of shooting fouls, and we weren't very good at that.
All right, Doug, good luck second half. Thanks. You want to say goodbye to Julie? Oh, she's already gone. Chris, let's go back to you.
All right, Scotty. The Nuggets in the first half, Doug Moe alluding to the free throw shooting, just 13 of 20. So if you're going to get to the line, you sure better make some. The Nuggets brilliant the last couple nights at doing that, making 67 of 74. Nuggets also with 10 turnovers. As you look at the first half statistics, Orlando shooting 50%, made a couple of threes. They had some turnover concerns of their own. Steve Francis lost the handle, and I believe Francisco Elson is going to pick up the foul.
Foul number 56.
Now let's look at it down low. Francis right there gets by Camby and Buckner. Oh, man, he just lost the basketball. Oh, man.
And that's 4 on Francisco Elson.
But now Francis is begging. He said, I should have shot the basketball.
Nahara is going to replace Elson. So Elson in some tough luck with foul trouble tonight. Buckner also a concern. He's got 3 fouls. Nahara, he's also got 3.
George telling Tom Washington, said, listen, there's 4 guys in between you and the ball. How'd you see him make that play?
Turkoglu, long rebound comes out to Francis. Howard's got a big size advantage on Nahara, and that's going to be 4 on Eduardo.
Foul number 21.
Nuggets becoming increasingly frustrated with the officiating tonight. That's the
well, and it's the big guys that keep getting into foul trouble, and I think that's 4 on Nahara now.
It is.
So Elson and Nahara, you're kind of, blue collar guys that you need in there, especially with Kenyon Martin gone.
And that's going to be an offensive foul.
Offensive foul number 12.
So the Nuggets get a break. The offensive foul called on Dwight Howard. That's 2 on the kid. Howard just 20 years old.
Oh, he's a great looking specimen though, isn't he? Man, this guy has got major potential, major upside.
He's like Google. Got a chance on an upward point.
Keep going up, right? Well, it was a great game, him and Duncan matching up the other day.
Andre Miller with a little floater. And Howard rebounds. First half, Howard 11 points, 7 rebounds. Marcus Camby 12 points, 8 rebounds. Long range, no problem. So Deshaun Stevenson has got a nice touch from out there. He's 24 years old now, the 23rd overall pick in the 2000 draft. Buckner pulls the trigger on a 3. And Francis rebounds. Good block out by Francis.
Denver's just got to find the energy to compete for the next 12 minutes, and then hopefully they keep it close enough to win this thing late in the fourth.
Stevenson with a long two-pointer. 52-46 Magic.
Here's Phil Hansley talking about the pregame. Somebody off that bench is going to have to step up as Orlando gets called for illegal defense. Step up and maybe have a big night for Denver to win.
Only 7 points off the Denver bench. The Magic had 16 points off their bench.
You look at Nara off 0 for 2. Boykins 1 for 4. Clay's 0 for 2. 1 for 2 for Watson. 1 for 2 for Leonard.
Dick Bavetta shooing the other players behind the line. So technical free throw coming up for Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo's free throwing has been flawless. He's got 17 points. And the Nuggets will have the ball out of bounds. There's a good look at Dick Bavetta. Considered by many maybe the best referee in the NBA, certainly one of the top 3.
Always consistent. You know what you're going to get from Dick Bavetta when he reps.
Andre Miller, nice pass. Nahara. Andre Miller throws it up and in. So an offensive rebound for the Nuggets. And it's 52-49. 9 for Miller. Howard doubled immediately. And a steal. I think. Nuggets trying to get a handle on it. Buckner.
Well, he never got balanced. I mean, that's not a bad shot, but he just never got balanced. I mean, he caught it. I mean, it looked like his legs are still kind of in an awkward position from where he kind of caught the basketball and just threw it up there.
Very rarely do you see Greg Buckner rushed into anything. Yeah. And that time he was offensively.
Well, just the I don't know if it's intensity, the energy, the chemistry, whatever you want to say, but just a little off kilter tonight.
Down the middle to Battie, and Battie slams it home.
Rotation defensively a little slow.
Battie with his 4th point. Howard getting a lot better since we saw him a year ago passing out of those double teams. That's an acquired skill. Carmelo. And he's bailed out on a terrible foul by Hedo Turkoglu.
And Anthony turns around and says something to George. I don't know if he said it's my fault on that rotation or what it was. Turkoglu got called with a foul because a hand was on his hip. On Anthony's hip when he shot.
That's 4 on Turkoglu, so he'll have to go out. And he'll be replaced by Stacey Augmon.
Well, Augmon didn't score much, just 2 points in that first half, but I thought played pretty solid defense when he was in there on Carmelo.
Carmelo looking for points, 18 and 19. As we mentioned, Grant Hill not playing tonight, still out with a sports hernia. There's the great Grant Hill. One-time Duke Flash. What a nice guy. What a class act he is.
And a calming, selling effect for this team when he comes back.
The veteran presence, would you call it?
Yeah.
Nuggets with the point zone. Anthony at the top. 54-51. Magic. 6 to shoot.
That's travel. Always stepped out of bounds.
So the Nuggets force a turnover. And a pretty good defensive series for George Karl's group. That's the 15th turnover on Orlando.
Well, think about this. Francis just 8 of 30 on 3 points, and he's wide open for this. See him step out right there, that right foot. I mean, he's going, and there's no one even around there to go by. I mean, when your confidence is down, maybe I don't want to shoot that 3.
Andre Miller hitting the head, and that's going to be another foul. So the 3rd foul on Steve Francis.
I just think eventually Orlando's going to have to start getting confident in playing Jameer Nelson and then moving Francis maybe over that 2-guard position.
Carmelo long range. Can be after it. Magic have it. Stevenson says to Steve Francis, come get it. Francis for 3.
Well, he shoots that one right there, and he had that other one wide open in the corner.
57-51. Magic ups its lead back to 6. Francis has got 9. Nuggets not getting much inside. Nahara. 6 to shoot. Buckner. Howard scoops up another rebound. His 9th. A funky kind of Magic offense. Stevenson, I tell you what, Magic working miracles right now. 14 points for Deshaun Stevenson, and the lead balloons to 8.
Now Stevenson 7 of 9 shooting the basketball tonight.
Canby. Nuggets look a little tired right now. Tired shooting going on.
Well, a lot of fatigue is obviously physical fatigue, but these guys are the best athletes in the world. A lot of it is mental. And a test of a long road trip may come to the mental fortitude of this team as well.
Stevenson pops out. And he hits again. Deshaun Stevenson red hot. He's got 16. Timeout Nuggets. Crowd on its feet here at the TD Waterhouse Center. Deshaun Stevenson giving the Magic a 10-point lead. Denver Nuggets basketball and Altitude Sports and Entertainment brought to you by Farmers Insurance. See your local Farmers Insurance agent today. Farmers, get you back to where you belong. And by Pizza Hut. Gather around the good stuff. Chris Marlowe and Scott Hastings back in Orlando. Carmelo Anthony and the Nuggets in trouble. Melo's got 19. Camby's got 12. Nobody else in double figures. Nuggets trailing 61-51. What do the Nuggets need right now, Scott Hastings?
Well, they need some easy points. And you said a while ago, points in the paint. Get something going to the basket. Denver only 5 second chance points, so they're standing around not getting a lot of rebounds, or Howard's just dominating.
Nuggets just 1 of 8 shooting. Rashawn Leonard hits, so Leonard inserted into the lineup. And he's got his 5th point, the 2nd point here for Bo in the 3rd quarter. 61-53. Petit, and Petit hits. So the Magic clicking on all cylinders right now. Petit's got 6. Once again, the lead is 10. Orlando's shooting in the quarter has been brilliant. 7 of 8. Nuggets, meanwhile, 2 of 9. Another turnover. That's number 11 for the Nuggets. And here comes Steve Francis. First 6 seasons averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Only 3 other players in NBA history to do that. Magic, Oscar, and Grant Hill. Good pass to Canby. And Canby has it out of bounds.
Now, Ogman just took a shot, went over the top with that inside arm. And look what I got. Got a little basketball, and instead of an easy 2-point layup, I get the ball and make them earn it on an out-of-bounds play.
Like he got it fairly cleanly. Here comes Canby.
See, they're getting shots, but then you're getting 4 Nuggets just watching the rebound. I mean, they're shooting 38%. You're getting a lot of offensive rebounds.
Foul called on Andre Miller, the hold. So Miller's got 2 fouls now. And the 13th foul, so the ball out of bounds. Nuggets trying to find some energy, trying to get that rhythm after a very difficult game last night. An emotional win at Miami, 100-92. Kenyon Martin not in the lineup tonight, once again because of the sore knee. Deshaun Stevenson finally missed one. And Nahara's got the rebound. Nuggets looking to run. Francis, Andre Miller, and it's going to be Nuggets well, let's see, no, it's Magic basketball. Francis making a brilliant play on the far side.
Now, pass trying to go up the sideline. He just intercepts it, and then, ooh, it's close for him to step down. But if they're not saying that he was out of bounds when he made the throw, then it's a great call. That's pretty close.
63-53, Magic leads. Stevenson lost the handle, and he'll call timeout. So everything breaking right for the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets not getting any of the breaks they got last night, and maybe it's a matter of hustle. And O'Brien Hill is trying to turn around this Magic program. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job tonight. His team leads 63-53. Back in Orlando at the TD Waterhouse Center, the Denver Nuggets trailing by 10 with 5:10 to play. It's been a well, less than stellar performance, but the Nuggets still just down by 10 and a chance to turn it around here. The Nuggets with Deshaun Leonard, Andre Miller, Nahara, Canby, and Carmelo Anthony.
Well, Orlando, you said it going to break. They came out in this third quarter 7 of 9. Denver 2 of 11. But Denver's just got to find that energy. They're going to have tomorrow off, and then they don't play again until Tuesday in Charlotte. So, I mean, you can spend everything you got in your tank right now.
Howard missed it. Anthony comes up with it. Nuggets could use a couple of runouts here. A couple of easy baskets. They're not getting anything easy tonight. This Orlando team much improved defensively from a year ago.
Well, Ogman doing a good job on Anthony, keeping him in front of him.
Deshaun Leonard, nice pass. Nahara. And an offensive foul. I believe Nahara threw his arm out.
Yeah, and that's 5 on him. Gamble trying to keep him in there. And, you know, sometimes you just got to pull up and shoot the shot. He gets the pick and roll. Nice pass by Leonard. Watch that left hand. Well, I tell you what, that's pretty close. Especially when they gave Francis just wiped somebody away a while ago.
63-53, Orlando.
You know, because Kenyon Martin not able to play and Francisco with 4, they're going to have to stick with Nahara.
And Nuggets in deep foul trouble already. Ogman.
That's off his chest. Should be off of White's chest.
And it is. Nugget basketball. Good hustle by Leonard.
Yeah, and a good call by the official, Tony Brown. He got down the baseline and saw it hit Tony Batiste's chest.
Can the Nuggets make a run here in the last 4 minutes of the third quarter? Wide open for Deshaun Leonard for 3. Francis in the open court. Look out. And Carmelo wraps him up. You know, I'm wondering about a play like that. Why not just try to block the shot and knock it out of bounds rather than grabbing us? I mean, it's an automatic foul. Why don't you do what Ogman did? Try to take a swat at it, try to block the shot.
Well, there's two trains of thoughts. You go over the top like Ogman did with that inside arm, and you take a shot to try to disrupt the layup or get a piece of it. You grab like you did right there, or you just go up and you try to block it and hopefully keep him from scoring. The key is he's either, you know, you want him to earn the 2 points, one way or the other.
So Francis goes to the free throw line where he shoots 72%. He's got 10 tonight. Now Boykins is going to come in. And Andre Miller goes out. Terrence Morris replaces Ogman. So Morris will be matched up against Carmelo Anthony. That could be a good chance for Melo. Steve Francis on November 19th got in a car accident. Bruised his chest. He's missed a couple of games. He's also involved in some litigation. He missed this Friday's practice, had to be in Washington, D.C. to give a deposition on a 14-count civil suit, so he's been distracted. It was an altercation at a nightclub, an alleged altercation. Well, Steve Francis, mind not totally on basketball. Melo blows by Morris. Oh, and he slams over Batiste.
Well, get ready to fourth quarter while I see that Lexus drive of the game. That might have been it. But I tell you what, I give Orlando a lot of credit. They come right back out. Howard running out in front of everybody. If Camby doesn't come over there and knock it away and get the foul, Howard's going to answer with a quick 2 points himself.
Back to the Magic, number 14, Jameer Nelson.
Well, a nice up and over Tony Batiste. I'm guaranteeing we'll see it another time later on. That right now is the Lexus drive of the game.
Good foul by Marcus Camby, just his first. Howard, not a good free throw shooter. Howard has his 15th double-double this season already. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Camby with 12 points, 8 rebounds.
I was going to say, ties him with Camby at 15, chasing Duncan, who has 16.
How would you evaluate Howard's free throw form, Scott?
The only thing I don't like what he does what a lot of big guys do. No block out on the free throw line. is he brings it back over his head and it becomes almost a sling as opposed to just a shot. You got to push it up.
Alley-oop. Howard tries to jam it. Nuggets can't get a rebound. And that's going to be the second foul on Camby. Nuggets having a very difficult time clearing the defensive glass.
You can't out-jump. I mean, Howard and Battie, not the two strongest guys in the world, although Howard's pretty strong, but they're big-time jump guys. You know what I'm saying? They got big elevation. So if you're going to stand and try to out-jump, and you're going to lose that battle more times than not. You got to get a body and get them away and clear them from the rim.
Battie, 74% from the line. 65 games as a rookie for the Denver Nuggets back in 97-98. Marcus Camby's got 2 fouls now in the last minute, so that's a bit of a concern. (67-55). The biggest Magic lead is now 12. Battie's got 8. Jameer Nelson has come back in to cover Earl Boykins.
And Denver just scored 9 points in 9 minutes.
Boykins looking for Carmelo Anthony. Now he's got it. 7 to shoot. Tries to get by Morris. Shot blocked by Howard. Another block shot. That's the 5th for Orlando tonight. Nelson plays with a lot of poise, doesn't he?
Yeah, this guy's in the play.
Howard. Camby trying to get it away from him. And the basket counts, I believe.
Well, Camby outworking everybody right now. I mean, I can, but Howard just outworking everybody right now. I mean, he's younger, stronger, bigger, more rested. In Denver right now, because of foul trouble, because they played last night, are mailing this in here in the third quarter. And that's the most disappointing thing. And that's what takes a great win out of last night, that good taste out of your mouth. I mean, look at him. He's just battling in there. Finally gets the basket and a chance to make the free throw.
You know, people wonder about the injury to Kenyon Martin and what he brings to the table. Well, tonight is a night where the Nuggets could really use Kenyon Martin in there. Another physical presence. You know, Kmart not available. And the Nuggets trailing now 70-55.
No one's touched the ball right now. 6 seconds on the shot clock, but Earl Boykins. This is when their offense is just trapped. Well, that's bad.
Now Magic comes up with it. Garrity. And the Magic turned it over. Not out of the question that Brian Hill's team could give some of these points back.
Yeah.
You know, they're not a solid team. They're not a real good shooting team, and they turn it over. So if the Nuggets can just put 5-6 minutes together, just haven't been able to do it. Now Elson comes back in, replacing Camby.
Problem is, you know, Orlando averages 85 points a game. They got 70, and there's 14 minutes left in the game.
And the Nuggets with just 55. Carmelo down the lane. Charging. Yeah, the Magic doing a heck of a job when a Nugget gets into the lane. That's 2 on Melo.
Well, and what's going on is the scouting report is, listen, these guys will get the basket and they won't pass, and they'll keep going. See right there, pull-up jump shot. Jameer Nelson just is set and waiting. It's a good call by the official.
So the Nuggets, who trail by 2 at halftime, have been outscored by 13 here in the third quarter. And they trail 70-55. Nelson's now going to attempt to cover Dwight Howard. Nugget big men are tall, but Howard's got some bulk to it. They say he weighs 260. And remember, he's 20 years old, so he's probably going to be 280 in 2 or 3 years. Jameer Nelson. There's Howard again.
Well, that time he got away with a little bit of a push on somebody. I don't know if it was Deshaun Leonard or what, but he's just outworking every single big man the Denver Nuggets are putting on the floor. Penetration. Nelson easily gets by Nahara. So he just goes over the back, and they let it.
George Karl said earlier tonight when he was asked about Dwight Howard, he said he hadn't seen a guy in the NBA that went to the glass offensively every time since Moses Malone. He goes and he's in there challenging for the rebound every single time.
Which is amazing. And as he gets older and more mature and he works on his game, becomes a better free throw shooter instead of, averaging, what does he average? 14 and a half, almost 15 points a game. He's going to be around 20 just from the free throws because he works so hard in the paint.
Came out of Southwest Atlanta Christian High School in Georgia. Only 8 players averaged a double-double a year ago in the NBA. He was one of them, along with fellow rookie Emeka Okafor. 15 for Howard Boykins, and they really need someone, as Scott detailed, to get hot off the bench.
Yeah.
Boykins just his 4th point.
And a good screen by Carmelo Anthony on the pick and roll broke him open. Denver's got to close this quarter out and get something started here in the 4th. They want a chance to win this game.
Orlando's outscored the Nuggets 17-6 on this run. Garrity in and out. Rebound Leonard. Leonard, long 3. Rebounded by Garrity. That might have been just a bit out of Leonard's range.
So to show you the aggressiveness, the lack thereof really by Denver right now, Orlando only has 2 team fouls in this quarter. There's a lot of jump shots, a lot of standing.
The lob to Howard. Punched out.
Well, they can't get a rebound.
They certainly can't. The rebounding story tonight. The Magic 37, the Nuggets 24.
Orlando came in the game 15th in the NBA in rebounding.
Nelson misses. Boykins, 18 seconds to set up a last play here. Nine seconds. Carmelo's going up. He takes a 3-pointer. And that's the end of the quarter. So a disappointing 3rd quarter for the Denver Nuggets. The TD Waterhouse Center. It is loud in here. We're in Orlando, Florida. The Nuggets and the Magic for the first time this year. Chris Marlowe, Scott Hastings. A disastrous 3rd quarter for the Denver Nuggets. They scored just 11 points. That is a season low. And trail 71-57. Nuggets will start the 4th quarter with Boykins, Deshaun Leonard, Carmelo Anthony, Nahara, and Elson. The Nuggets can get some energy here.
They scored 11 points on 4 of 18 shooting in that 4th quarter. Now, here's the problem. We talked about this in the first half, but just surviving through the first 3 quarters, you run the risk of all of a sudden getting a team that's hungry for a win, that's on a big losing streak, to get a little confidence and a little excitement. And that's kind of what they've done with Orlando right now.
5 to shoot. Boykins long 3. And it's Orlando ball. Well, if there's a bright side to this, that maybe Orlando's a little bit overconfident now, that they maybe think they have this game locked up.
No, 7-11, you're not confident. You're hurting, you're struggling. You lost 5 games in a row. You're hungry is what you are.
Our Taco Bell statistics, as you look, not pretty for the Nuggets. Morris, no. Gets it right back. Garrity for 3.
See, and that's I think Carmelo challenged Morris in the corner and then just turned and ran and didn't block out. The ball came right back to him.
6 for Garrity. 74-57.
There's no cutters. It's a one-on-one game right now.
Carmelo hammered going to the rack. Melo 1-on-4 trying to sift through the paint.
Kasum with the foul right here. You see the pick and roll. He's going to cross over. Boom, beats Kasum. Francis trying to take a charge. And hit in the back.
Lennis Kleza coming in, replacing Nahara. Carmelo Anthony to the free throw line. There's Kleza. And Nahara gets a rest. Andre Miller will be in when it's dead. Nuggets just look, I was trying to think of a word, but they really look kind of listless. Well, something like that, just without energy.
Well, And this is a maturation. We've talked about this, 3 or 4 years ago when Denver was trying to build something. First it starts at home, and they've done that the last year or so, winning games. Then it's winning some games on the road. Well, they're doing that, but now the next step is your mental toughness. And it's not being satisfied with, oh, we got one, we can take a night off. And especially on the road, there's no such thing as a night off to good teams.
Offensive foul called on Mario Kassoun. He was playing with the Opel Skyliners in Frankfurt, Germany. The previous 2 seasons, and joined the Magic last year. The Opel Skyliners. You ever play against them?
No, I've never even heard of them. My wife did have a car once, a little Opel.
In Frankfurt, Germany. They're big. Vashawn Leonard. And nice to see Vashawn Leonard getting some playing time and contributing his 7th point. His stroke looks pretty good considering he sat on the bench a lot. 74-59. Nuggets trying to get a run going. It's just 25% here in the second half. Garrity wide open. So Pat Garrity, he was a great free throw and field goal percentage shooter while he was at Notre Dame. Continues here. Good role player. Vashawn Leonard. And Klaiza's over the back. So Klaiza in there hustling, picks up the foul.
Foul number 43. That's Klaiza.
That's 2 on Klaiza. 77-59. An 18-point Magic advantage. Garrity had a catch and shoot, but he couldn't catch it. Ahead to Klaiza. And Klaiza score and a foul.
Well, and he hit the backstand hard after the foul. A nice body control, good strength by Klaiza to take the foul and able to get up, score it. But boy, he had a collision with the backstand. Garrity just dropped it. Vashawn gets it ahead. There's a foul.
Yeah, taking the hard foul was Terrence Morris, but it didn't affect Klaiza.
And he hit that backstand hard.
Klaiza, and he gets the 3-point play. Could that be the beginning of a run? We shall see. 77-62, 9.5 minutes to play. Francis with 10 to shoot. Nelson. And Stevie Francis with a chip. He missed it. Tip no. And Kassoun taps it out of bounds.
Well, Denver's going to go back and look at this game, and way too many turnovers, and also way too many second shots for Orlando. In that second quarter, they had 12 for the game. They had 6 offensive rebounds in that second quarter. Denver's 1. Excuse me, the third quarter.
Nuggets being out rebounded 40-25. Klaiza throws it away. And it's a pushing foul. They call it on Boykins. His first. 8:48 to go. 77-62. Magic up big. Denver Nuggets basketball and Altitude Sports and Entertainment brought to you by the all-new 2006 Jeep Commander, the first 7-passenger trail-rated Jeep 4x4 at your Front Range Jeep dealer. And by GoldenPalace.com, the world's #1 internet casino and poker room. Chris Marlowe, Scott Hastings. Nuggets scoring just 11 points in the third quarter. And the Magic holding on here in the fourth quarter to a 77-62 lead. What has to happen for the Nuggets right now? Give me a scenario where they could make a run here.
Well, they got to start hitting some shots. They got to start getting some easy layups. They got to get fouled, get to the free throw line, make the free throws with the clock stopped.
What else?
And they got to keep Orlando off the boards.
All right, you never know. Nuggets trailing by 15. Got to get a couple stops here. And another, yeah, so the Nuggets unable to clear defensively.
The problem with 3 guards, you got to get the mentality of team rebound.
Francis.
Good job by Glazer.
Ahead is Elson. Pretty good pass. And Cisco foul.
See, the interesting thing with Orlando, I mean, they're not giving anything away. Nelson, I think, with the foul there, I mean, all fouls are hard fouls. They know Denver's struggling with the free throw line. Watch France, he's actually going to grab the rim or the backboard, try to get there, but then the hard foul coming across. They're not giving anything up.
Nuggets have made just 17 of 26 free throws tonight. As Elson bangs one home.
You know, if you look at the Western Conference, there are 7, 8, 9 teams with double-figure wins. You know, I think it's San Antonio, Dallas, Memphis, Minnesota, Denver, Clippers, Phoenix, Golden State. Only Denver has a below 500 record on the road. I mean, you've got 7-2 San Antonio, 8-3 Dallas, 7-3 Memphis, Phoenix 4-1. I mean, everybody's above 500 on the road. That's the next step for this team, and they still do that obviously on this road trip. But you got to come out with a different mentality than they came out with tonight. You can never be satisfied.
Morris shot, another offensive rebound. Kassoun has played pretty good since coming in. Garrity, is he ever going to miss? He did. Elson rebounds.
Denver's got to really run. Denver's got to get quick shots, and if they can start getting some rebounds, get a couple layups, plenty of time.
Only down by 14. Offensive rebounds, look at that, the Magic piling them up. Blocked by Elson.
They've got 11 now.
The Nuggets a half step behind tonight as Dwight Howard and Tony Battie come back in for Pat Garrity and Mario Kassoun. So the two big men back up for the Magic played well. Glazer picks up his third foul. Howard with 15 points and 13 rebounds tonight. Marcus Camby still on the bench. He had 12 points and 8 rebounds at half. He's still got that. Wonder if we'll see any more of Camby tonight. Pitch it ahead. There goes Boykins. And Boykins with the run out. Well done.
And that's what they need. They need some quick rebounds. Get the ball out and go. Andre Miller with the rebound. Quick pitch ahead, and Bo Boykins an easy shot.
You know what George Karl was thinking? Somehow we can maybe steal this game. Marcus Camby set to report. 77-65. Battie and Elson may have gotten a piece.
See, now the one thing you hold hope on with Denver is that Orlando, because they have struggled this year, it's just 7-11, that they don't know how to close games out. George saying the ball was hit first, swing. I think he got his arm. I think that's a good call by the official.
So Elson with his 5th. And Battie to the line.
Oh my. Somebody needs to close the door right there.
Deshaun Stevenson will come back in and replace Terrence Morris. So Stevenson, who was hot early, really had a lot to do with the Magic building up their lead. 77-65. And Battie 1 for 2. Nuggets down by 13. Battie's got 9. Glazer. And Glazer foul.
See, and every time Denver goes to basket, they're not giving, Orlando's not giving them a chance really to make that shot. I mean, they're fouling pretty hard.
4 on Battie.
But see, I think this is smart by Denver. When you can find that gap and you get to the rim, I think you've got to do it these next 600 minutes and 30. Even if this 6:30 takes us an hour and a half to play. I mean, that's how you got to get back in this game. Chip away, give yourself a chance.
And of course, whenever the Magic fouls, that stops the clock. Glazer's got 4 points. One thing I like about Glazer when he drives, there's no zigzagging. No. He goes straight to the hoop as he's going to try to dunk it. 2 for 2 for Lennis Glazer. 6.5 minutes to play. 78-67. Nuggets chop the lead down to 11.
I still think Denver's got a run in them here.
Battie They're working a little bit of high-low with Howard down underneath. And Battie getting some open looks.
Yeah, the bigs right now of Orlando have outplayed the bigs of Denver.
Boykins back to Canby. And to Earl. Boykins. Canby's got it. And he drops it up and in. So Marcus Camby off the bench. A rebound and a basket. 14 for Canby. He's one rebound away from another double-double.
Yeah, you got to get a couple stops here.
And then get the defensive rebound.
Yeah.
Deshaun Stevenson. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's getting his shots up. It's never been a question of whether he can play. He's drafted out of high school. It's never a question of whether he can play. It's his attitude and some of his off-court stuff that has held him back.
Yeah, had some personal problems early in his career when he was with Utah. Plays up, casts off. Rebounded by Stevenson. 82-69 Magic. Approaching 5 minutes to play. And Miller with a foul. Good passing by the Magic. They're really whipping the ball around the perimeter. It pays off. Just over 5 minutes to go. 82-69 Orlando. 82-69. 5:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. Now let's take a look at some Melo moves from the new Jordan Melo 5.5 signature shoes, brought to you by Jordan B. Moore. How would you evaluate Melo tonight? He's had some really good looks.
Well, he's not played terrible. He's not played great. I mean, he's been pretty solid at 17 points early. He's got 21 right now, so he's not been the problem.
7 of 14 shooting. He's 7 of 9 from the line.
I mean, 20 of 30. I mean, just that 20 of 30. You know, shooting your free throws. If you're shooting at that percentage you were last night, I mean, you're talking about a 5-6 point game right now.
45-29. Make it 45-28. The rebounding story tonight. The Magic with 17 offensive rebounds.
Ooh, that's what hurts you.
Alley-oop to Melo. And Melo will shoot 2. While we have a moment, we want to give a shout out to one of the members of our traveling party here in Denver. That's Derek Fitz, the assistant athletic trainer. His birthday tonight. Been a long game, but he's a valued member of the crew. Fun guy. Happy birthday, Derek. You think Fitz is going out to celebrate tonight?
I think it's going to be tempered now. When you lose, it's not just the players and the coaches, it's the trainers and the equipment guys and the strength guys. And
he's going out with Leo, the massage guy. So
Picasso gets upset. He wants to go home and go to bed.
It'll be very tame. 84-71. You know, strange things have happened in the NBA. Nuggets are trailing by just 13 here. 4:40 to go. Plenty of time to get a run. If they can just score some, that's been their problem. Maybe the Magic could tighten up a bit.
And watch 23, 24, and 15. I think they're going to be the key to have to spark this set.
Andre Miller. And the tip by Canby. No basket. Over the top.
No basket. Foul number 23.
4 on Canby.
Man, probably a pretty good call. Just kind of over the back of Howard. See, Howard turned and just put a hand out, and that's what causes it's not your classic block out, but he turns, finds Canby, puts a hand on him, slows him down. It almost signifies to the official, okay, look, I've got him blocked right now. Canby giving the effort.
So the big fella back to the free throw line. He's made 5 of 9 tonight. And he's starting to get a little bit of rhythm. 16 points for Howard. Now Vashawn Leonard returns, and he replaces Earl Boykins.
Right, folks, this is the new big man star in the NBA right here. Remember this guy's name, Dwight Howard.
A lot of upside potential.
Ooh. He's got nasty just written all over him, I mean, for the future. And that guy's going to have some all-star appearances in his future.
He was third in the voting for the NBA Rookie of the Year a season ago, but he's got a lot of promise. I think most people tell you that he's going to be the best of all the rookies. Carmelo Anthony and off Canby. Nugget offense, which really cranked it up in the third and fourth quarter last night, just out of sync tonight.
Think of the cutting and movement and going around and screens and everything happening last night. And tonight's more of that one-on-one, and that's when Denver's offense struggles, to be real honest with you.
Julius Hodge has worked his way into the ball game, number 32, the Nuggets' first-round draft choice out of North Carolina State. Andre Miller out to Leonard. And the rebound to Battie. Marcus Camby has his 16th double-double. Marcus Hodge not getting, Julius Hodge not getting a lot of playing time this year because of the glut of guards that the Nuggets have. And this Magic team just outworking the Nuggets. No easy way to say it, but they've been the more aggressive team, the more energetic team.
Well, we said it earlier, you're trying to play survivor in that first half. Good pass by Andre Miller, eye contact all the way from Bashan. We said in that first half they're kind of in survivor mode, but you run the risk of doing that, of not having anything in your tank to make that big run.
Survivor mode, the Nuggets got voted off the island in the third quarter.
Yeah, they did.
Ahead to Julius Hodge, and he's got it. Julius Hodge with his first NBA points.
Only his second minute of play this year.
88-75. The deficit is only 13.
A couple stops, a couple points.
Battie, oh, he was fouled, no call. Leonard's got it. They throw it out to Melo, and the ball out of bounds.
And that's the breaks right there, and that's just not the things that were going good for you last night that's happening. I mean, an easy run out and slowed down just a little too much. Goes out of bounds.
Just out of reach for Melo and the Nuggets at the moment. 2:41 to go, 88-75. The Magic with the lead. Time now to answer tonight's GMC trivia question. Who holds the record, the NBA record for the most assists in a game? And the record holder, we flash back, yes, Scott Skiles. Orlando Magic had 30 against the Nuggets December 30th, 1990. Is that a padded total, do you suppose? Or you think that was legit?
Well, there was a couple late in the game, and it started off and there was an amazing number, but there was, as I remember, one or two late in the game that they were doing what they could to get him to that 30 mark.
Going to be a tough record to break. You know, like Wilt, 55 rebounds in a game. 88-75. Hodge, Watson, Leonard, Camby, and Carmelo. Nuggets haven't given up, trying to whittle it down here. Maybe get a chance. Francis with 4 to shoot. Nelson casts off. Camby's got it. Out to Hodge. Julius Hodge. And Hodge will shoot 2.
The one thing he could do, he's not your classic two-guard shooting, you know, come off the screen guy. He was more of a scorer in college. I mean, you know the difference. I mean, the shooter is boom, boom, boom. You're just going to pull it. But this guy was a kind of a slasher, penetrator, of a scorer, not a shooter.
Tony Battie fouls out. 15 points, 7 rebounds for Battie. He played well. So Hedo Turkoglu will come back in, and Hodge set to shoot the first free throws of his career. So Julius Hodge. Nicely done. 88-76. Going a little high pressure mode here for the Nuggets.
Well, hey, listen, hey, you're 11 points down with 2 minutes. I mean, gosh, stranger things have happened, and you've got to always hold hope on that. And that says something about the character of your team as well.
Hodge at the top of the zone.
You get Orlando kind of playing clock, and maybe they forget to score a couple times down. You get lucky.
Camby with the block, but no, it's goaltending.
Hey, pretty good call. Dick Bavetta makes it on the outside. It's so tough to stand underneath the basket, see where Camby's waiting for him. Well, it's pretty close, though.
Nuggets down by 13. Leonard reverse, score it. Sean Leonard with a little drop step there. His 11th point.
Yeah, good as you said a while ago from Sean to kind of get out in something positive happen. 5 of 10 now, 11 points for Sean Leonard.
Yeah, he's played well. Nelson. I think that was a pass, and Howard goes and gets it.
Oh, he got strong.
Francis. And another offensive rebound for the Orlando Magic. 47 rebounds for the Magic, 33 for the Denver Nuggets. And Kleza is going to replace Carmelo Anthony, and Elson replaces Marcus Camby. So that's it for the Nuggets starters tonight.
And you look at Camby's and Carmelo's number. Melo with 23 on 7 of 14 shooting. Camby 14 points, 12 rebounds, 5 of 13, not shooting as well as he's been. But I mean, those guys kind of brought the numbers you needed. You know, Andre Miller, 9 points, 10 boards, but it's just every once in a while you got to have somebody else step up and do something really special.
Nuggets' lowest scoring game of the year at Dallas, where they scored 80 points.
When Deshaun Stevens has gone down, he's holding his left knee.
A collision as Watson, Howard, and Stevenson all in on the play, and Stevenson got the worst of it.
Dwight Howard underneath the basket. You see Stevenson walking it off right there. Sitting there asking the official what I do, and I don't know if Watson got mad at him, thought the foul was kind of hard or something.
So apparently Watson going to shoot some free throws here. Dick Bavetta saying, there's no problem, fellas. Let's keep order. We got a minute left in this one. Watson, a 60% free throw shooter in his limited time at the line this year. And the Nugget free throwing has not been particularly stellar. 25 of 36. Now 69.5%. So we're under a minute. And Francis is hammered.
I think Francis, you know, and I hate to say it, the guy's down. I didn't see him get hit. I think he's flopping this one a little bit. Watch it. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, there it is right there, I guess. Yeah, that's right. He had but I say he had the chest injury. I forgot about that. So just a little contact probably is there. He missed 3 games with that chest injury. So I take it back, Stevie. You were hitting the chest.
A single car accident on November 19th. Francis has been in 3 All-Star games. Of course, he's been a talented performer wherever he's been. The knock on him, he's been a little bit selfish. He's a little bit too one-dimensional in terms of scoring, but he is a talented guy, can get you some numbers. Been very conservative tonight, 14 points. He's got 7 assists, 5 rebounds on 5 of 14 shooting. Even with all that's happened to the Nuggets tonight, they're still down by 11. You know, with one surge, they just never got the surge tonight.
Well, just a lot of consistent scoring from the starters. 17 for Howard, Batia had 15, 18 for Stevenson, who was big in that third quarter, 9 of 13 shooting, and 15 for Francis now.
Yeah, Garrity came off, made a couple of threes, and Rashawn Leonard gets a long three-pointer. So Rashawn Leonard perhaps earning a little bit more playing time. He's got 14 points off the bench.
Foul number 1, Rashawn Leonard.
We've got a whistle and a delay. Let's take a look at our Lexus drive of the game. A couple of good ones tonight, but how about Carmelo Anthony's baseline slammeroo?
Yeah, one of the two, well, really one of the only highlights for Denver in that third quarter. Just goes right by Morris. Batia a little late getting over there and got on our highlight reel in that Lexus drive of the game.
Jameer Nelson provided a spark tonight in the second quarter. And he misses a couple free throws there and a quick 22nd timeout. 39 seconds to go, 92-83.
See, and I was begged by the producers, make sure you don't say anything about that Utah game, so I won't.
Was that the Utah game where the Nuggets scored, I think, 17 points in the last 30 seconds?
9 points in 8 seconds. That's all I'm going to say. What's the difference right here? Yeah, I get some turnovers to do that. But not Denver's night. You know, they really just didn't bring the energy that they needed, that they brought last night. Even last night when they were up 15-13 after a quarter, didn't shoot the basketball well, but the energy was just phenomenal in that first quarter.
We mentioned that wacky finish at Utah. Well, some strange things have happened here in Orlando. How about Tim Hardaway as a Nugget taking the monitor and firing it on the court in disgust, and then the monitor overheating, of course, and then Tracy McGrady. This is the second time he kicks the ball in the stands. He booted it up there. A fan threw it back down to him. And then he booted it up there again, and that was the end of McGrady's night.
I think he should have kept the ball.
Magic winning both those games. Sean Leonard. And the ball out of bounds. It will go to the Magic. So the Orlando Magic going to improve its record to 8-11. That will break a 5-game losing streak. The Nuggets record will fall to 11-10. 3-7 on the road. And the Nuggets 3-game win streak down the drain.
Denver a little full court press right here.
And Francis with 15 on the shot clock. Tough to sweep the two Florida teams, the Miami Heat and the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets haven't done it since 1990, haven't won here in Orlando since 1992, and that streak is going to continue.
And really a good opportunity this year. This is a team that has struggled. Come into this game, lost 5 straight, but they played just well enough, and Denver just didn't have that energy after last night's game in Miami to do anything.
Don't forget the Nuggets locker room report is coming up directly after the game. Full analysis by our talented crew. Don't forget, this Magic team will get Grant Hill back next week, and that will be a boost. And perhaps they can make a run for the playoffs in the Southeast Division. Southeast Division, Miami is 10-10. Washington 8-9. Orlando 7-11. Charlotte and Atlanta trailing. So, hey, Orlando's right in it. Despite their record of 7-11, they get their act straight.
They get a pretty good player back Wednesday night.
So Hodge, after making 2 for the Nuggets, it's on to Charlotte. The Nuggets will fly out tomorrow at 1 p.m. after a good night's rest. And then a day off. And then face the Charlotte Bobcats. So day off tomorrow, day off the next day, and then Tuesday in Charlotte. So a good win for the Orlando Magic as they defeat the Denver Nuggets in the first meeting of the year. 94-83 our final score. Quick final thought, Scott.
Well, lesson you got to take from this is you can't, hey, what you did yesterday don't matter. You got to come back and play just hard the next night.
Be sure to join us next Tuesday night on Altitude for our next telecast when your Denver Nuggets travel to Charlotte to take on Emeka Okafor and the Bobcats. Coverage begins at 5 o'clock with Courtside, the pregame show. Transmission facilities for tonight's telecast provided by HDN Communications. This has been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment, your home for Nuggets basketball all season long. Stay tuned for complete post-game coverage coming up next on the Nuggets Locker Room Report.